Hi, I'm back again. Um, may you be favored. May everything that may you, your family, yeah, I say favored because I've learned supposedly the word blessed, if you break down the word. So I would like to use the word favor, uplifted, supported, you, your family, your children, your animals, your land, the air around you, things that you want to bring in that lift you up. Okay. So I just shared a video about some of the aspects of spirituality and magic in relation to sibyls. And then I also talked about the medicine part of sibyls. And then kind of left out why I even went into all of that. I went into all of that because uh, some of my most recent videos have been about the body, how to help stay feeling good. Um, And in that, you don't know. Maybe you do know. Maybe you could see it on me. Um, my own self is going through some major changes as far as like letting go of certain habits, um, bringing in new habits, what I've been doing to cope through this year, my own personal experiences, and what I consider a lot of healing emotionally, doing the what they call it, death of the ego or dark night of the soul. But I've learned that the soul is never really in a dark night. Your soul knows it's our ego that really suffers, and so I agree with that. I learned that from other people on YouTube looking this stuff up, and I agree with that. And so I want to share with you some of the things and how more we are. So a lot of where I think I'm at now came from the wonderment of the moreness, that we are creator beings, that we are created in God's image, that we are um, seemingly like really programmed from the outside world via it education and however that education is via education. Stop there. And we're educated on many things, and we're educated in a way where we compensate and we figure things out. That's what the body does. The body naturally will compensate for injury, trauma, even certain patterning. Okay. And I think that what we call the powers that be know that. And so there's emotional programming, and there's psychological programming that comes through TV, media, and all these things. Okay, so one of the things I thought is, why all of that? Why? Why is why so much oppression for women, and why so much overall, you know, basically negative stimulation for the world, especially in the country I live in. I see a lot of like negative stimulation for racism, for shame, for body image, just all these things. And then we hear the other stories about um, kind of magic, symbolism, and uh, the influence of the energies of planets and colors. Let's say, that red and yellow stimulate hunger. And I'm sure many of you now can see why a lot of fast food chains have red in their advertisement. And then also, they're at a certain level that if the kids are in the back seat of the car in their car seats, and before that, there weren't car seats; it was just the back seat, right? The kids, because they're smaller, they could see up high, whereas the parent who's driving is looking straight ahead, so they're not really paying attention to what's up high, but the kids are, right? And so that's automatic, like an example of how magic is being used with us in a way that we're unaware of, I think. I don't think most of us are aware of that. And if we're becoming aware of that, there might be a why to that. And my theory is, my conclusion is, we can live forever. We can live forever. We can reverse. We can use sound to reverse tissue damage. We can use sound to influence new thought patterns. We can influence new thought patterns by using our own sound. Our own voice carries all different kinds of hertz and tones within it. Mine generally resonates at a C, which is pretty cool. But all sounds are pretty cool. And so I'll share with you a few things that have helped me of late. Getting to know myself is that I have characteristics of paranoia. And that paranoia stems from a lot of childhood traumas, specifically as an infant. And as I've learned that, I've also had to learn ways to help not have paranoia, not have feelings of high anxiety. One of my friends asked me what I do in the morning, and I told her what I do in the mornings, what I did in the mornings, and she mentioned to me that she's like, that's an instant anxiety for me. And I recognize that. So coffee is one of the things first thing in the morning. And I started really noticing how it amped up my muscles. It amped up like this feeling inside my stomach. And I just all of a sudden would become anxious. And then right after that would start coming my paranoid thoughts and my ruminating of all these things that I have or have not done, could or could not do. No. So I decided, it's been a little over a month. I have had coffee, but with attention. I'm paying attention to deciding, okay, my body's okay with having coffee. I'm going to be, doing relaxing things today, focused over here. And I've heard this from many people, but I want to share that with you. Coffee, as I already knew, and you may already know, is a high stimulant. It was originally used, from what I've learned, is in Arabia. Before they would go to war, they'd eat a bunch of coffee beans. So there's that. Okay. And I've noticed less tension in my muscles. I sleep better. I feel like my general attitude isn't quite as reactive or jumpy. I think that's helped. And the other thing is, so with that, these are ideas. One of the things I feel helps, and I learned a long time ago from going to fat camp, is you bring more stuff in than you try to tell yourself to cut stuff out. So I brought in matcha. And if you don't know what matcha is, it's a form of powdered green tea leaf. So it carries the same benefits as green tea. It does have caffeine in it, but it's half the amount. And it also has something called L-thylazine. I may be mispronouncing that, which helps bring a calming energy to the body. It helps with anxiety. Okay. So when I'm really craving coffee and don't want to drink coffee, I'll drink the matcha. And if I don't drink the matcha, I drink rooibos tea, which is a red root tea from South Africa. That's good for your blood, and it has no caffeine in it. It has a nice earthy flavor. Okay. Then I've been having a lot of pain in my legs, and I've mentioned to y'all before, and I'm aware that we hold emotions in our bodies, and I've been consciously working, doing massage, doing Pilates, doing yoga to help my body feel better. Well, the other day, and also to help, so I am working on becoming a non-nicotine smoker and a non-herb smoker on a regular. I want the herb to be more of a medicine, and I want to not smoke cigarettes at all, but I still do, much less. So to bring in more was to start walking again. Some of you know this because you're my friends, but many of you don't know. In the last month, I had to put my dog Smarty to sleep. And he was a good helper of reminding me to walk, but even as he was getting older, we didn't walk as much. So I started walking, hiking almost. We have a nice incline to our driveway and the area around here. So I've been walking, like power walking. And oh my goodness sakeys, I was so sore. But it is amazing how not only has the pain completely moved from the areas they were in, it's kind of moved, and it has moved in my legs, which helped me also see where I wasn't moving forward, which was literally movement. And then today, watching a video by Adrienne Elise, who helps, as she calls them, supernova souls, star beings, or light workers, navigate through this time through astrology and some other, just some helpful insights of her vocabulary, mentioned how important it is and how the healing begins in movement and how it moves to different energy, different areas, and how a different energy is created. And that also helped motivate me to share some of the things I'm sharing with you in these videos today, because wow, folks, I really feel it in my low legs. I'm doing some self massage, stretching, breath work. I still have the feelings of certain things that show up because I'm human. With, we say, let's not say we're human, but I think human is actually a very divine and precious word. It links to humanity and humanitarianism and humane. I believe that we carry those energies of the divine, absolutely. Like, whatever it is, I love water. Water is like, I love the ocean. I love the rivers. I love the rain. Not a lot of it. Sorry, Seattle. And that's us. We are water. If you love the stars, that's us. We are stars. If you love the earth, that's us. We are part of the earth. If you love animals, that's us. We are an animal. So I think we are unique in that we're able to think about life. And that's what makes us human, so to speak, and this body makes us human. So anyways, these are part of the things that show up, and the reminders to bring in affirmations and those things. But I definitely want to share that what I've learned in this experience is I had quit smoking before for 6 months. I had stopped smoking herb. I didn't drink coffee. I was a total vegan. I meditated every day. I stretched every day. I listened to singing bowls. I was super spiritual until I got blindsided with like relationship and seeing how I was living in a pattern of denial and laziness, basically, not in a bad way, just not wanting to use these tools while it was really hard. And that's where I'm at now, is bringing in the tools, but also understanding that without the emotional work, without going into the deeper work and continuously working towards that, I think all the rest is kind of BS. I think it's just kind of like, well, for me, it was one of my masks, to be like super good. Okay, so I don't know why I'm sharing all this with you guys. Must be for some reason. So the other thing, I don't know if I've shared it with you, is I think I've shared the earthing is calcium bentonite and diatomy is just earth. The calcium bentonite can be used internally and externally to help pull toxins out. They also have it also has a lot of minerals. It's earth. Um, you on these things it'll say you know, not to eat it. However, you can. As long as there's no perfumes and you're not allergic to anything like that, you can dilute it and drink it. And you can look on YouTube and other places, and there's doctors and nutritionists that will tell you the same thing. I am not a doctor. I am not a nutritionist. I'm just somebody who's tried it out, and it's helped a lot. It helps with inflammation. It helps with it helps your skin. I've noticed on my feet it helps with foot fungus. Okay. Um, let's see. What else do I want to share with you all? And then a theory I have about dancing. um, I need to do more of it. We should all do more of it if we can. But I think that that is our link to some magic, what is called Tantra. I haven't really experienced with Tantra in a way that it seems to be being taught, because I feel that in a world that we still have a lot of sexual pains and traumas to heal from, that it might be a little jumpy to jump right into that part of it. I know there are many people who are experienced and are teaching and bringing Tantra knowledge in the more of the old way than via the sexual way. I definitely think that dancing and sexuality have a intimate connection within the person who is dancing. Like dancing by yourself. You know, what is the saying? Dance like nobody's watching. Why would we say that? It must be because it moves something within us. And it might be what Thoth is talking about when he talks about moving your body to remove the grips of darkness. So, some of the things I want to start bringing in on a regular to share with you all are the singing bowls. Give me your opinion about that if you'd like to share. I'm going to do a reading within this. No, I'm gonna do a whole different one where it's just the reading. Share some Reiki with you all on a regular. And I think really all of these things are tapped into intention and what we give our energy to. Like, I know that now. I think I want to bring it into practice, more practice. So, with that said, I'm going to just take a moment. Focus on some Reiki. And why we're on it. Okay, so I have a map behind me, right? Of most of the world, South America. There's the US right there. Now my theories, and that will be a whole nother video. But for right now, this is Africa. This is Europe, Asia. So with Reiki, Australia. Okay. So with Reiki, one of the things you can do, and with crystals, and with just your intention, and we could do it right now if you'd like, is we see the planet in the best way that we can and the people on it. Whether it's the land, the animals, the trees, the people, the waters, you can bring in Reiki energy, especially the first and second symbol. First and third symbol of long distance connectivity, and send that out and bring healing to the grids. And then the grids are on the maps as well, and you can place where there's certain like ley lines. I mean, that's what the ancients did with a lot of the pyramids and such anyways, right? It's like giant Reiki, giant healing energy. Okay. I'm just here to send Reiki energy to, yes, our root chakras, my root chakra, our legs, my legs. our feet, the grounding idea. Just kind of like an overall rootedness to the planet. The one thing that is definitely here every day, every night, shows up, always there. We're the ones that may not be here, but the earth is here, the sky is here, the sun is here. Every day shows up. I'm grateful for that. It's like a really super awesome parent, right? So thank you, planet, Mother Earth, and you all for watching and listening. If you'd like to leave some comments, some videos you'd like to talk about, I have goddess books and I have a lot of information I'd like to start sharing with you all. Yeah, and I might venture out on other platforms, which I've spoken about before, but I'll wait until I do it to share with you guys. All right. Thanks for joining. See you next time. Be happy, be healthy, be favored within your own self. Put yourself first if you can. Hug yourselves. Kiss yourselves. We need it. We need hugs right now. All right. See you next time.